Today's subject is about the hemp. I wrote down in Korean and Chinese. What that means is, this is a poison tree. The fruit has a poison. When I was young, that some my friends told me that Dad, I have stomach pain. Then what his father said to him, okay, go to the front yard, and there is a small farm, and they have cabbage, radish, things like that. And then take one radish and eat that. Then when he was young, then he went out, took out radish and washed them and eat that radish, rare radish. Then stomach pain will disappear. So in other words, old people or old ancestor knew that radish have some kind of ingredient make it digest well. Now, that these days, nutritionists said that okay, in the radish called diastase, diastase. Okay. So this kind of ingredient that make digestion easy. I don't care about the digestion, and then but we know that radish has ingredient. Now, when we make herb for good digestion, we do not use this radish directly. We use seed of radish because okay, the radish make a good digestion. Then seed will also make a good digestion. So we use radish seed. Okay. In English, it said Raphanus sativus. Okay, I'm not familiar with in English, but it's that Raphanus sativus. To me, it's Latin to me. Now, when we look at the hemp, it is very, very similar, almost very identical with cannabis. And then some people said, okay, hemp is not cannabis, but the nutrition is so wonderful and containing lots of fiber, and somebody said this is this kind of superfood. Then, wow. And then also because of lots of fiber in there, they make a rope with them. So when you go to supermarket, that this the seed of hemp is very popular over there. And as an acupuncturist and a herbalist, and we use seed of cannabis, and also some people use oil with cannabis too. And what they believe is that content of hallucination will be far, far less, so they can use them. And when I read some article that in Thailand they make everything legal about cannabis. So they make ice cream, soup, all kind of thing they make within the cannabis. And one interesting subject I read was after making cannabis, something left over, stamp, things like that. So they give to the chicken, and then chicken become very, very healthy with that. Now all this, all kind of a thing in the news confuse me. But this is my point. When you take marijuana, make a hallucination, and a few days ago there's one kid got a candy and containing marijuana and almost killed the baby. Yes, this is dangerous. And but it's making it legal is to me, it should not be legalized about that. But whatever happens, it's legalized. Now, based upon this, okay, the poison tree will produce the poison fruit. This makes sense too. So, in the long term, we don't know whether this is going to be affect how much. So, in my opinion, I try to avoid the hemp because there are so many food outside already. Everybody concerned about diet. Why do you have to add something questionable? What is your opinion? Thanks so much for your watching.